Hello everyone and welcome to my demo guide. So first of all, I want to keep this a bit simple and quick so you can understand and get your thing and get to play as soon as you can. First thing I want to mention is that you should not be running perks that require you to basic attack to trigger. A common perk that is used by a lot of demos, sadly, is save the best for last. I have a icon pack, so the icon is a bit different, but don't get confused by it. Yeah, basically Michael Myers teachable, and basically what it does is each time you basic attack a non-obsession, you gain a stack which decreases your M1 attack cooldown by 5% up to like 40% when you have 8 tokens. However, when you hit your obsession, you're gonna lose 2 of them. Power hits do not lose these stacks. So a lot of people, what they do is they shred the obsession and they M1 the others. This is not good because you want to shred most of the times. Why? Because if you shred, you're gonna improve with it. So let's get to it. First, for add-ons, I recommend you running Blackheart. This is kind of like save the best for last, like mini save the best for last on your shreds. Basically, each time you hit someone with your shred hit cooldown will be reduced by 15% with this add-on. And then you have barbed glasses, which if you pallet break with your shred, you will recover 15% faster, yeah? Now what I want you to do is, I want you to go for shreds. Now not 24/7, yeah? If you can get a basic attack, go for a basic attack. However, I recommend you to go for shreds. Because the more you go for shreds, the more you'll improve, yeah? And you probably know that if you want to get good at something, you have to consistently keep doing it. When you keep doing it, you're gonna get more consistent with it and you're gonna overall get better. I want to make that clear. You can also run Muse Guts if you want to. This gives you one more portal and mainly decreases shred miss cooldown by 11%. So equip Blackheart and you can use an add-on of your choice, but I recommend either Barb's Glasses or Muse Guts. Depends on you. So now I'm gonna load into a custom game with bots and I'm gonna try to get some basics down. First of all, you can charge your shred. It takes 1 second to fully charge your shred, and as you can see, you will cover most of the shack. Around 11 meters, yeah. However, you can actually shred before the fully charged sound, which gives you a faster shred. However, you cover less distance. Now, it's important to know this because depending on the range, you'll know if you have to do a fully charged one or not. For example, here, as you can see, I don't need to do a fully charged one because if the survivor was here, I will hit them either way. So it's kind of good to know the timing of it. You have to learn the timing. So the best way to kind of learn it is to just go into custom game and just shred around, try to do those small ones. It takes around 650 milliseconds for it to do it, and it takes 1 second to fully charge it. So right here, like this, yeah. Right here, like this, yeah. Those were all those smaller shreds, yeah. Those were not fully charged ones, as you could see. Why is it important? Is because if you fully charge your shred, you will slow yourself down. However, if I do not fully charge shred, as you can see, I'm spamming my M2. I'm doing my charge, however, I do not get slowed down. I get slowed down until some point in the animation, yeah? So you can just go around and spam M2 like however you won't get slowed down, you'll move at the same speed. Now let's talk about another very important thing, and it's pre-charging. Basically, after each corner, if you want to get a shred attack, you need to pre-charge. What I mean by this is, right here, I want to pre-charge just before I'm going around, just before the corner. So when I am around the corner, I can shred. Yeah, so like this and this. That was the small shred. Yeah, you have to learn that. And you learn that by just shredding, yeah. For example, if you wanna play this rock, you probably wanna do some basic M1 killer mind games there, and then if you see that you mind game someone, you just shred. But however, not at all times you will be able to get hits on this. So, for example, pretend I'm chasing someone, yeah. I do 1 round loop. Second, now I respect for a second, for a bit. If they drop the pallet, I break it. If they don't, I react quickly enough, hopefully, and get to shred them later. So what do we know so far? You can do smaller shreds that take less time to charge, which are very important, especially because you don't need to fully charge your shred on most loops. Like here, for example, you can see the smaller shred is good enough for me to hit a survivor here. I do not need to do a fully charged one like this. Okay, my bad again, sorry. This is very bad. As you can see, I don't need to do the fully charged one to hit someone here. So I learn the timing of the smaller shreds first, and then you can go move on to the pre-charging. You can do this all in custom game with bots, and you can just, try to play the tiles, do the pre-charging, like pre-charge, shred. Now another thing I recommend is the range of it. You learn this by just shredding survivors, yeah, and learning the distance of it. So right now I'm chasing Ash, I force the pallet drop. Thanks to the fast, smaller shred, I'm able to actually get him here. If you want to play this style, you want to run the survivor this way. Because here, you can get a shred on them. Instead of here, you would get probably a pallet break. That's all, yeah. Or if they greet it, maybe you can get a hit. But as you can see, it's a lot easier to get a shred hit here, from this way, than from the other way. The only time you want to run this way is when you want to zone the survivor away from stronger tiles. So right here, it's a pretty good example, I think. If I run the survivor this way, and they drop the pallet and I break it, when I break it, they make it to shack. And they have a shack, yeah. It's a pretty strong tile. Not against demo, but overall it's pretty safe. However, if I run this way, yeah, let's respect a bit and break the pallet, they are now forced to either run to T and L wall, which is very unsafe, or pallet gym, which is also very unsafe, especially the out the heaven ones because they are very short. So it's very important after each pallet break to see which side it's better to break the pallet from. Let me give you an example on another pallet, hold on. Yeah, so for example here, I'm gonna give you an example. I want to run the Renato this way. So I pallet break it and now he's in nowhere. Okay, he ran nowhere, but there's nothing here. Yeah, and you get a hit. But instead, if I run him this way, which is kind of more shreddable, yeah, because of the distance. However, if I broke the pallet from this side, he will be able to get into the map. On here is a pallet, yeah. Same right here. I want to break the pallet. If they drop the pallet, I want to break it from this side instead of this side, because if I break it from this side, I'm pushing them into the map, which I don't want to. I want to break it from this side, so they are forced to run here, but I just have to do this, break it, go here, and I can get a shred. Or they have to run this way, which I also can counter by just going here. Yeah, they're kind of cornered. I'm gonna reload and I'm gonna try to paint the hitbox of demo, yeah. Okay, so welcome to my epic art skills, yeah. Here you have the demo, here are his hands, yeah. And this is the hitbox. I don't know how to draw this properly, but basically the hitbox is kind of like above in the air where his hands are. And basically it goes around him. So for example, I'm gonna give you shack, yeah. So let's say you are right here, and the survivor is somewhere here. You did the pre-charging here, and now you have a fully charged shred here. Because of the way the hitbox works is if they turn around this corner and you shred, you can actually hit them around the corner because the hitbox is, kind of outside of demo too, like. So sometimes you can get kind of like funny hits where, it looks like you wallbanged them, but they just turned around the corner and they got hit. However, a disadvantage to the hitboxes, if survivors crouch, if they crouch, they actually make their hitbox smaller. Since the hitbox is high in the air, the wall thing where the hitbox is kind of like around you gets now smaller, because for some reason, if survivors crouch, they make their hitbox smaller. This also means that when you have stairs, yeah, that's a ladder, but sure. Since the hitbox is high in the air, if you shred downstairs and they crouch, you will actually slide off them. Like this, yeah. You will slide off them and you will not hit them. Just because they crouch doesn't mean they are unhittable. You can still hit them, it's because you have to hit them with the kind of like center of your screen, so kind of this zone, yeah? From here and here, if you hit the survivor, imagine like you have a crosshair in the middle of your screen. If you hit them with the crosshair, you can still hit them even if they're crouching. So against crouching survivors, if you see survivors crouch, you have to kind of be more patient against them. And you probably want to hold your shred a bit. So let's say you do the pre-charge, you're right here. Yeah, you did the pre-charge, and the survivor is here. Let's say I shred the survivor and they do a small dodge and crouch, like here, for example. I will miss them. Even though it should have hit them, because of them crouching, it makes the hitbox smaller. But it's a thing more advanced players know, so we don't have to worry about this much. Okay, let's get rid of the art skills, and I'm gonna tell you why the hitbox is important now. Let's have a survivor hugging this wall. Say they are hugging this wall. You are right here. And your shred, you did the pre-charge, and now your shred is ready to use it. Right here, I don't want to shred directly at the wall, because then the survivor can dodge to the right and I can miss. Instead, I want to shred somewhere here. So since they are hugging the wall, they cannot dodge to the wall, yeah? If they keep hugging the wall, they get hit. However, if they decide to dodge to the right, they also get hit because I shredded at this angle. Does that make sense? Since the hitbox is pretty big, instead of shredding directly at the survivor like this, you want to shred a little bit to the right of them, because it's the only direction they can dodge in. So when they do dodge, they get hit. I'm gonna give you an example of the hitbox thing. Okay, so I'm here. Here I get this. Here you can see me actually aiming to the left a bit. As you can see, she is hugging the wall and she decides to dodge. However, because I aim to the left, I actually get to hit her. Even if even if she didn't dodge, she would get hit because of the hitboxes. Here she gets hit, and here I'm gonna show how crazy the hitbox is. So here I pre-charge, I fully charge my shred, she's around the corner, however, this actually hits. Yeah, this is the wall, she's kind of like behind the wall and around the corner, and I can still hit her. So that's a small thing that you should know. Okay, so another thing I forgot to mention is that you can slightly turn mid-shred. I have a crosshair, so you can see it a bit easier. So right now I'm not gonna turn my mouse at all. I went forward, yeah. And now I'm gonna move my mouse mid-shred to the left. So as you can see, mid-shred you can kind of turn your mouse. Here I can shred and move my mouse to the right. You want to use this to your advantage, yeah. For example, this survivor, I want to turn my mouse to them. Mid-shred. Like this. I also turn my mouse there. Yeah, I turn my mouse again. As you can see, it kind of helps with tiles and getting hits. But thanks to the hitbox being kind of high in the air and the disadvantage that they have, that survivors can crouch you, actually on some cars that have low collision, like are lower, you can actually slide on them like this. There's a few cars on especially this one on Banham slides and also the one in the back, just behind this fence. Those both slide. The reason why you should know this is because on these cars, it's a free hit most of the times, because as you can see, instead of having to recharge and shred here, I can do it right here at the corner since I slide on it. So on this car, it's pretty much just a free hit. You have to know that where you are aiming is where you are gonna go. So if I aim here, as you can see, I'm gonna go this way. However, if I aim a bit to the left, I'm gonna go to the wrong way. So it's a thing you kind of have to like practice and get good at. Okay, so now I want to talk about kind of like SkyDemo or parkour demo. Basically, you can shred off elevation if you're, you know, high in the air. You can shred to cover some distance. Some of these main buildings and all that stuff have invisible walls. What I can tell you is that hills don't have invisible walls. The only except Erie, of course, for some reason. Yeah. So for example, if you're in a main building, some of them have invisible walls there, so if you bump into an invisible wall and you fall down, then yeah, you can blame behavior for that. But basically, as you can see, I can cover distance here. There was actually an invisible wall here on top of this object, but I didn't bump into it for some reason. I slide instead. So when you are shredding off these main buildings or hills, you really want to look out for these objects. I already know from my experience that there is an invisible wall here, and I'm gonna bump into it. Yeah, these objects for some reason have invisible walls above them. So when you are high in the air, you want to shred to cover some distance. What you should know is that in the air you lose the ability to hit survivors. So you won't be able to hit survivors mid-air. It's just how it works, yeah. So even on hills here, however, some of these objects don't have invisible walls on them. I think it's only if maybe they have invisible walls above here. So you should use hills to your advantage, because you can actually shred on top of loops here. You can imagine that if someone is looping this, you can just hit them, jump at them and hit them. You can get on top of the loop, yeah. If the survivor is looping it, I fall down, but whatever. If the survivor is looping it, you can hit them. The only time they are safe is when they go on this side where you cannot get on. And those are the basics for SkyDemo. So now I'm gonna move on to some bounce spots. I'm gonna show you one bounce spot and then I'll show you a video to watch. I mentioned that if you are in the air, you lose the ability to hit survivors. I forgot to mention that this only applies at a certain height. So I can actually hit someone here. If someone was standing here, I don't have friends, so I can't really show it to you. However, if I'm able to actually hit them here. It really depends on the height you are shredding from. Same here. I can shred here and hit someone. I'm gonna show you one bounce spot I really like. For some reason, if you shred right here, you will bounce into the air. Same thing from the other side. And you can easily see your advantage. It's really fun. Now, I forgot to mention that you can actually control yourself mid-air. Yeah. Like, right here, I'm gonna hold W and A. As you can see, I went to the left. Actually, if you land it well, you have to shred a bit to the right from here, yeah? If you land it well, you can actually get on top of the box. So yeah, I'm up here. I did ASD, yeah, to turn mid-air. And yeah, it's a pretty fun spot. You can then shred on the other boxes, but you have to be on the edge, which I didn't do. You can check out my some demo bounce spots video to see some more of these spots. There's not a lot of them, but yeah, it's kind of funny to know about them. Okay, so right here I have a pretty cool clip to show you how you can use your hills to your advantage. And I got a bit lucky with the RNG, and as you can see, the hill spawned this way. and actually the shack window is on this side, which gives me the ability to shred through the window. So I did a small shred here. As you can see, I'm a bit far away, just enough so I shred for some time. I lose the hitbox in the middle of the air, and I get through the window. Now I recover, I pre-charge, and I shred. I get a hit, and now they do the worst pathing ever. And yeah, pre-charge, break the pallet, they get stuck on a generator, top MMR, they go down. Okay, now I want to talk about the portals a little bit. I'm gonna show you where to place portals on maps later. Right now I just want to show you how they work. So I got a survivor. Basically you place a portal, takes a few seconds. When you place a portal and you do not go through it, the survivors cannot see it, so this thing, the survivors do not see yet. Then you place another portal, they also do not see. However, when you travel through these two portals, they will be highlighted in yellow, which they are not right now, because right now there's a bug that doesn't make them yellow. However, now that they are active, the survivors can actually see them and destroy them. If they are active and you hold M2, you can actually see these like spider web and heartbeats, and you can tell where survivors are if they are close. As you can see now, I cannot see them because they got out of the range. Survivors can cleanse these portals, it takes some time, they become undetectable while doing so. And also, what I want to show you is that they work a little bit, the detection also works a little bit on the ground. There's a certain range where it works between floors. Okay, so now I want to talk about portal placements. This is a map called Tower. It's kind of like a comp callout map. So if you are confused by these numbers, it's just for communication in competitive games. You don't have to worry about those. Here is shack. Yeah, this is shack, and this is main building. Okay, do not worry about these numbers. They are just callouts, like I said. Okay, so let's say you spawned shack. To spawn inside of shack, or kinda in front, and you have gens, and here hopefully I didn't add one more gen to this. So when you spawn, you basically want to place your portals somewhere between two gens. Right here would be good, because when you portal you can get here and here. Basically you want to place portals on each side of the maps, based between two gens, if that's possible. Then you want to keep on going. You kind of want to place a portal kind of here and here. So we get here. You can go from here to there. You can go to the main building. Let's say you spawn on one here on the hill, and the gens are saying now you would want to place a portal on this side and this side, and then possibly continue and place portals here. Here. Of course you don't get to place portals at all times because you have to engage in a chase. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. I'm just checking that I mentioned everything. So I mentioned small shreds. I mentioned that you can do smaller shreds that take less time to charge, which are very important because you don't need to fully charge a shred on most loops. Oops. I mentioned pre-charging and how important it is. I mentioned zoning, so you break pallets and force survivors to run in a way where they either don't make tiles or they are stuck at worse parts of the maps. I mentioned the hitbox, how it works to your favor, and also how it doesn't work to your favor. I mentioned SkyDemo and the invisible walls. Some maps have them. I can't show all of them because then this video will be 1 hour long, yeah, or even more. I'm making sure I mentioned everything. If you do not still understand some things, you can join my Discord server in the description, and you can DM me on Discord through there, and I will try to help you in my free time, yeah? If you don't want to join my Discord server, then you can try to add me on Discord. My name is monsterkill. Just, I would appreciate if you did it the Discord way, because I don't want to accept 100 friend requests, okay? I'm making this in a rush because I have work in like 4 hours and I still gotta edit this. So if this guide isn't perfect, I understand it. Yeah, I tried my best. And if you really have some questions, don't be afraid to DM me or join my Discord server, and ask people there. The most important thing for you is to keep shredding people, yeah? Go for shreds. Most of your hits should be shreds. I would say like, I'll go with 75%, yeah. 75% should be at least your shredding. Now you're gonna miss a lot, you're gonna probably lose a lot of games. You should not care about winning, you should focus on improving and care about that. It's part of the learning. And most importantly, just make sure you have fun, yeah. Have fun. XD. Make sure you have fun first. Make sure you go for shreds. Everything I showed, even though some things might sound complicated or I didn't explain them good enough, if you keep going for shreds, you learn all these things by yourself. Try to avoid running M1 perks. M1 perks won't make you better at it with the shreds. Okay, so that was the demo guide. As you can hear, I'm kinda sick right now. That's fine, I'll go to work soon. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment if it helped. Hopefully it did. I try my best to explain stuff and make sure people understand. Make sure to watch some of my older gameplay videos, recent ones. I mean, I didn't upload for 2 weeks, so I guess older. Basically just watch me and watch my gameplay videos and try to do the stuff I do. Yeah, see ya.